Well, saying goodbye to another pair of my gray boots. You can tell that I kick rocks all day long, and they're splitting on the sides. This time the outfitter had black. So same shoes, black. These should take me through to the end of our trip. Well, we are making our 1,000-foot climb out of Front Royal, Virginia this morning. We were able to hike 8 miles to Front Royal yesterday and catch a free trolley at 2:20. So we sat there for a little while and played games and hung out, but the free trolley was really nice because we were able to get in by 3 o'clock. We did all of our town chores in one day and left again this morning. So laundry, we went to the outfitter to get new insoles and boots for me and insoles for Amelia and Matthew and I. We did our grocery shopping. We went to Spelunkers and got way too much food and all felt terrible. Matthew ordered the Helltown chicken sandwich, which comes with Tums. It's so spicy and he absolutely hated it. It was just way too much for him. So I shared my excess of food with him. The girls actually packed out half of their dinners from last night, their chicken sandwich and burger, because it was just so much food. We really wanted to go see a movie, but because we zeroed in Shenandoah, we couldn't take another zero today. So we're hiking out of Front Royal and headed to a very famous shelter. It's only 5 miles into our day, so maybe we'll have lunch there because we didn't start till 10 o'clock. And I'll show you all of the amenities at the James and Molly Denton shelter. Another day, another black raspberry harvest in the power cut. So sweet growing here in the sunshine. As soon as we walked into the power cut, Amelia said, all right, start looking for raspberries. And here's Charlotte eating as she picks. The Jim and Molly Denton shelter is one of those shelters that you hear a lot about. And you see the girls here in the shelter. Amelia's playing the ring game. There's a porch with an Adirondack couch. There's this cooking pavilion. There's a horseshoe pit. There's also a shower here that is supposedly quite cold. It's like a cold water collection, rainwater collection shower. There's actually a sign for it there. We're just gonna have lunch here today. It was only 5 miles from when we started at like 10:30. So it'll be lunch only, but definitely a cool place to stay. I'm sure Amelia's hoping she hooks that on here sometime soon. You can't not sit on a bench and yawn. Today, part of our day is walking through Sky Meadows State Park. It's really beautiful, and it's Juneteenth today, so there are a lot of day hikers out on this federal holiday. And so we've been walking through some woods that look pretty normal for us, but also the chance to walk through these really nice open meadows. It's like 74 degrees and sunny, a little bit of wind today, and that's what we had yesterday. So a couple days of really beautiful hiking weather, which you can't take for granted. Wednesday's got a 50% chance of thunderstorms. So we'll take these days when we can get them. Okay, 2 big things today. The roller coaster, we start that and we hit 1,000 miles. Some people say this is a pain. Some people say it's not that bad. But it's about 14, 15 miles of PUDs, pointless up and downs. Here we go. We are just packing up from the girls' absolute favorite thing to do, which is taking pictures at the mile markers. So we are at mile 1,000. It's incredible. These legs and these backs and these shoulders have carried us 1,000 miles. Unfortunately, it always seems like these mile markers come up while we are tired and done at the end of the day. So this 1,000 mile marker feels really big for me, but the girls and Matthew are really tired. I think that they are giving the Virginia roller coaster 0 stars right now, but they are incredible human beings to be able to do this and to be able to walk this far. So seeing the sign that says Springer Mountain, Georgia, 1,000 miles behind is really surreal, because this was a dream that Matthew and I had for a long time. None of this is easy. I think it's harder than we could have imagined. The girls are incredible, but it's a really hard thing. I told them today they're training like endurance elite athletes, and I'm so proud of them, but this is not easy. Turns out there is a ride on the Virginia roller coaster. Well, that's the end of the Virginia roller coaster. Make sure the ride has come to a full and complete stop before removing your lap bar. I will say, not enjoyable. Didn't love it. Glad it's over. Well, we have reached our next state line, Virginia, West Virginia. There are more miles in Virginia than the other states put together to this point. So over 500 miles in Virginia. We are very glad to be done. Well, we found this stealth site here on our first night in West Virginia. We have a nice sunset. Charlotte is playing in the woods and playing with roots and sticks and moss. Matthew and I are getting ready for bed. And here is Amelia on top of an island on FaceTime with her friends. We have enough service here that she can be able to connect, and I think there's several of them talking, but on an island on FaceTime. Oh dear, I think we might have been in the woods for too long.
This is what happens when you get to West Virginia. You start trying to blend in with the forest. How do I look?
Good.
This is the longest day of the year. This is how we celebrate the summer solstice. Welcome to June 21st, 2022.
Oh my God. All right, here we go again. Next harvest, but very small because they're not quite ready yet. But we're getting some blueberries. What's really fun right now for picking blueberries is that we've picked blueberries now for 3 summers in Maine and in the UP for 3 summers in a row. And now our 4th summer, we are finding, again, wild blueberries. We're in another area where we're skirting between 2 states. So here, welcome to Virginia. And if you look this way, welcome to West Virginia. On this sticky, muggy day, thank you to whoever left ice cold Gatorade and granola bars here at the parking lot. There's a nice board here, and it talks about the Virginia roller coaster, and it shows all these bumps that we went up over, and some of these are funny. A view not nearly as cool as it sounds, which is Devil's Race Course, and it shows these things. A sick view is coming up in a little bit. So we're at Keys Gap right now. We took this 0.3 miles to go and get some cold drinks and ice cream. So it's a good day. We're ready to get into Harpers Ferry. The trail goes through several national parks, and we couldn't figure out, besides Shenandoah and the Smokies, but then we realized that Harpers Ferry is a National Historic Park. We came here several years ago with the girls. It was our first time walking on the AT as a family, so it's very sentimental to be able to come back, and I'll show you where we walked several years ago. 6 years ago, we came here to the ATC to look around, and we're back now as hikers. Full circle, very special. Amelia's looking at this shelter book in this Mack shelter here at the ATC headquarters, and I took a picture of them sitting in here also 6 years ago. We're in Harpers Ferry, and I took the bus today to Walmart to buy some food for dinner tonight, and here's what we're eating. So some macaroni and cheese and some strawberries, some caffeine-free Diet Coke that we're all sharing, some gummies for after dinner. And so this is what Charlotte's eating, this mac and cheese bowl. Matthew and Amelia and I are having some burritos, and then I bought a 98-cent bowl at Walmart that we are making some chip dip. We took plates from the hotel breakfast, and I'm just going to put some cheese dip on it with these, and that is going to be our Walmart dinner for tonight. We've got this rocky descent. I'm trying to figure out where the trail even went. Well, again, it's not a normal day, but we've stopped for some ice cream at Penn Mar Park on the Pennsylvania-Maryland border. There's a live band, so this is a fun part of our day today. It's so hot. We're training for the half-gallon challenge. Best shuttle ever.
He tries to bully him, you know. He'll stomp the ground and try to get him to run, and he's funny, man. But he'll go. He like.
3, 2, 1, go!
Well, good morning again. We are at the park for the third day in a row. We left a few days ago to resupply and avoid the rain. Came back yesterday morning in the rain, hung out, decided to take Charlotte to the doctor. She got prescribed some medication, and the doctor wanted her to make sure that she did okay with it before we hit the trail again for several days in the woods. So we stayed again in Waynesboro, and we're back again. So we are going to start now. I love this sign here that says Appalachian Trail to Maine is 1,080 miles, and to Georgia's 920. It's actually 1066 back to Georgia, so a little bit more than what the sign says. We will hit the Pennsylvania border in a mile. We've been waiting for that now for 3 days to stop 1 mile before the border. It's kind of frustrating, but we will get our packs back on and get to that landmark. Well, it took us 5 minutes to get here from the park, so not even a mile, but here we are at the next line, and they have a mailbox with a hiker log, so that's kind of fun. We'll take a quick picture and keep on trekking. Old Forge Park for lunch today. We can get some water we don't have to filter, and a picnic table, and I believe there's bathrooms somewhere.
In her head. Now you gotta try doing it with a fake rifle. Captain Larlet. Whoa.
Good job. Baton practice with hiking poles during our afternoon candy break. As if climbing these rocks isn't annoying enough, she decided to go up and climb the other rocks. So even if I choose not to stop and pick the berries when Amelia stops to pick, she will carry berries for me in her hand until I see her again so that she can share them with me. And it's so sweet and kind of her to do. You can see she's carrying her poles with one hand and blueberries for me in the other. Let's see them.
I couldn't get a lot because not a lot of them are ripe.
Thank you. Man, we are so spoiled. We are at Caledonia State Park, I think State Park today. Just had some trail magic from some sweet people who were cooking eggs, and we got biscuits from them. No eggs. Their poor stove wasn't working, but bathrooms with running water and picnic tables and a playground. So we are on now to The next shelter, look at that. That's sweet. Wish we had seen that earlier. We are on to the next shelter to end our day here in Pennsylvania, but so grateful for all these parks. We are just leaving the state park, and Matthew told me to take a picture of this. Here's the little sign, Appalachian Trail, Maine to Georgia. And then that sign right there, do you see what it says? It just says most difficult. And Matthew said, oh great, that's the first time we've ever seen that sign before. And then his one comment was, looking forward to it. So if you see how it's going thus far for the girls, that's just straight up there. This is like a 1,200 foot climb over the next couple miles, and it is most difficult. The shelters in this area of Pennsylvania actually have caretakers who spend time at the shelters and make them really nice. And this one is really exceptional. We're not stopping here, unfortunately. We have to keep going for our day, but there are hanging flower baskets on both sides, a swinging bench that Matthew and Amelia are enjoying, a little gnome who lives here in this tree stump, some turtles that live here, and these gorgeous tent platforms. Those would be really amazing to stay on tonight. See some flowers there and a bear box, benches, and then this is what the actual shelter looks like. 2 shelters, 2 sides with a covered picnic table. So Raisin, Cowboy, and Innkeeper here at the Quarry Gap shelter, they really do an incredible job here in this part of Pennsylvania. So thank you, caretakers, for all that you do. It does not go wasted on the hikers. Well, this morning we hit 1,097.1, halfway. So this is the halfway point. Every year the trail changes a little bit. So this year's trail, this is real faded, is 2,194.3. And so you get the 1,097.15, 1,097.15 either way. And so this changes slightly every year. But this year we've hit halfway. 1,100 is a small sign, but a big accomplishment as we hit 1,100 miles. It's hard to even comprehend that these girls have walked this far. How are you feeling, girls?
Good.
What are you looking forward to right now?
Ice cream.
So we have exactly 5 miles to go to Pine Grove Furnace, to the half-gallon ice cream challenge, which, Charlotte, are you going to try it?
No.
You're not, Amelia?
Yeah.
Yep. I bet you can do it. This is an older halfway point for another year when the trail wasn't quite as long, but this stands as kind of a ceremonial halfway. All right, here's the entrance to Pine Grove Furnace State Park. There are 2 girls walking down there who are ready for some ice cream. Here we go. In the months before the trail, when I was trying to get the girls and Charlotte excited about the trail, there were really 2 things that she was really excited about, and that was 2 and 3 level shelters that she might be able to sleep in, and the half-gallon challenge. So we decided to come to 1105, mile 1105, so that we could do this with her. All right, Amelia and I are picking out flavors. My mom gave me advice to get fairly bland flavors, not too sweet, so that I don't get so sick of them. So maybe chocolate for the big one. The small ones are all kind of intense, although there is a plain chocolate, but we're picking it out. You know what yours are yet?
Yep.
What are you getting?
A chocolate for the big one and brownie batter for the small one.
All right. Okay, so Amelia is super duper hungry. I picked cookies and cream and peanut butter cup. Matthew picked chocolate chip cookie dough and cookies and cream. So here we go. All right, Matthew's 1/4 done. He has a strategy. He said small one first. He put the big one in the sun. Okay,
Gotta look
we
on
are
the
about
face.
25 minutes in. This is all Matthew has left.
Been training for this all my life.
Hey, that's my line. All right, he's chewing his last bite. He's done. 30 minutes. Actually, it was even a little bit less, like 26. This is what I have left in my first. My second is full.
You don't even want to know.
It's going.
All right, last bite.
This is Kara finishing her half-gallon challenge. Woot woot! She's done. Congratulations. You've been training your whole life for this,
My whole life.
and today's the day. Nice job.
Thank you. We just went to the Appalachian Trail Museum here at Pine Grove Furnace. It's really, really well done museum. The children's exhibit is awesome. But the Pine Grove Furnace State Park and the general store and the half-gallon challenge ends the northbound part of our through hike. It's a hard thing for me to say, and one that I'm still trying to wrap my head around. I'm doing some grieving, but we are going to go visit Matthew's best friend in New Jersey, and then we are flip-flopping up to Maine to hike south and see how far we get before Matthew's sabbatical is over and we have to go back home. So it's a bittersweet day for me.